Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be working on our powder coating oven yet again. So, first things first, we're back here at Lowe's. We got to run in, pick up some self-tapping screws. That way we can put our latches on and we can finish with our hinges. If y'all remember from the last video, the screws that come with the hinges were just a little bit loose, so I don't think they're big enough. So we're going to pick up some bigger screws for that as well, and hopefully we can get the oven all back together, plug it in, and see if it catches on fire or if it actually works. So let's run in here and we'll see what all we can find. Alright guys, so it's late. I wasn't gonna mess with this because it was kind of late when we got home, but so I got thinking, I figured I got to do something, either work on this, go for a drive, something. So we're working on this. But earlier today we picked up some a little bit larger screws to go ahead and replace these. So that's the first order of business. You can see down there it kind of pulled the screws completely out of the door, because this door is very, very heavy, being full glass and two doors made into one. So I'm gonna go ahead, like I said, I'm gonna swap these out, probably just one at a time, work my way down. That way we don't have to take the door off and then do it. So I'm gonna get started, and well, I guess we'll see where we get to before I quit tonight. But anyway, I'm gonna start swapping these out, and like I said, I guess we'll see where we get to. Alright, so I got all of these screws all swapped out for our larger screws. So here's the old ones that came with the hinges, and then our new ones. And come over here, and I pulled out our top screw for our door brace right here. Still catching on that little piece down there, but it will open. And we got it propped up on here, that way the door doesn't just all swing around. So what I did is I took out this top screw that we had in here, because I didn't want to poke another one if it wouldn't work. So took it out, and it does push the glass out just ever so slightly compared to the bottom, but I don't really see that as a big deal, because this is double, you know, this is just here for decoration, kind of, to make it look good. So I think this will work. I just kind of got it looped there to keep the door kind of halfway shut. And then what we'll have to do, it does hit on this piece just ever so slightly, but I can take something and kind of massage that, and it'll be good. So I think that's what we're gonna do, is put it here, and then we'll put another one down here. I have another one. I think it's right there on the floor. So I have another one I'll also put down here, and if you pull this tight to where everything is kind of difficult, because again, that piece down there that it's sitting on, but I think we have a latch at the bottom that pulls it pretty good. It pulls what I'm looking at is the seal right here. So it pulls the seal pretty good into it here, and then we have this little piece here that we will attach somewhere on here. So to do so, what we will have to do is we'll have to kind of notch our angled piece out, which is completely fine. That's not a big deal at all. So I'll have to do that, but I really don't want to do that because it's like 10 o'clock at night, and the neighbors right over there probably don't want to listen to the air compressor or the die grinder, so probably gonna save that for tomorrow. Now, I did want to kind of explain, we have this open hole here in the door, and I think what we're going to do, and also the reason I put this way is I tried putting this piece on there, but it's not thick enough to mount and then still get the latch over it. So we'll have to do it this way, which is completely fine with me, but just thought I would say that as well. Now, we have this piece right here that came out of, I believe it was the bottom of the top oven. Hold on, let me clean the camera lens real quick. Okay, there we go, much better. Now like I was saying, that piece over there, I believe, came out of the bottom of the top section. I think I'm going to try to take it, cut it, and then I think what I can do is cut it to size so it'll fit between here and here, so that way it doesn't interfere with our seal. Now the seal here isn't going to really do anything. Same thing with down here, because there's nothing for it to seal to. But I think I'm going to take that piece over there, try to cut it that way it fits in here, and then I think we can just shoot some screws into the bottom and the top here, and I think that would be good. And then I don't know where it went. I also have the piece, the factory piece that was in between right here, the little plastic piece, and I think we will take it and screw into the filler piece. That way, from the outside, it just looks nice. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Now, again, I just wanted to see how this would work here. We'll come back in the morning, and if we don't like it, then we can move it. Because again, I didn't drill another hole in it. I used this existing hole, and it slid all the way out. So I think this will work. One kind of high, and then one probably in the middle of the bottom section. That way it gets both of them, and it should get a real even clamp because we have our angled pieces stiffening all this up right here. So anyway, I guess like I said, I think I'm gonna come in the morning and try to get that done, because like I said, we'll have to notch this piece. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna notch it and just to where our piece here fits. So I'll probably take the width of this and then notch out here, and then take something and bend this over if I can. I know it's kind of thick, so hopefully we can bend that on here, because I would really like to not take this back off. But I think I'm gonna try to notch it and then bend that piece over. That way it stiffens up this piece for where our little latch is gonna attach to. So anyway, like I said, I will catch y'all in the morning, and we will see if we can get to where this thing actually shuts and all of that. So anyway, I'll catch y'all in the morning and we'll get back to work. Well, actually, stood out here, did some more work, and well, we got some latches on the thing. Also, if you noticed, we added this piece in. We hadn't put anything on the back side yet, but we do got our latches in, so that's good. And then, like I said, we screwed that piece in down here. Let me open this some more. Wait, I don't see. There's 2 screws in it, and then, like I said, we'll get some. If that won't work, we'll get some flat metal and just kind of fill the gap. And we might even try to stuff a little bit of insulation in there, just to kind of help insulate it a little more. But my grandpa actually come out here, and we got these cut. I got this one cut, he got that one cut, and then bent these over. I shot a screw in here because the actual latch was trying to peel that away. So shot a screw in that just so it doesn't pull it away. And as you can see, latch is nice. Come down here, latch is nice. I'll shoot a screw in that later, but that's well, there it is. We're gonna try to get some washers and put around these since they're a little small. Put some washers around those, and we're gonna add several more down through here because right now we just got what, 2, 4, 5 of them, 6 of them. So we'll get another one or some washers, and we'll put several more down through there, and we should be good. Now, one little issue. Well, come on now. There we go. One little issue here is this thing is very front heavy. So it, yeah. This door is very, very heavy, and it teeters. So we were looking at possibly getting some kind of base and put on here. It really could use one anyway because it's kind of low. And then if you notice, this pops out. We're gonna get some pins. That way you can put a pin through there and hold that right there. Just so we don't have to worry about it, essentially. But yeah, I mean, that's it. So tomorrow we're gonna hopefully get the burners in there. We need to make that little filler piece. We're gonna take some of this insulation. Like I said, I think we're gonna try to stuff a little bit of insulation in there, just so it's a little more insulated, obviously. But like I said, tomorrow we'll come out here. We'll throw the elements in here. We got to get those wired, figure out how all that's going to work, because like I said in the last video, the bottom elements, the regular bake elements, are controllable, temperature controllable, whereas the broil elements, which are on the top of each one, are just high and low. So I guess really what we could do is just use those until the thing comes up to temperature, and then turn the broiler off, and just let that one element kind of keep it going. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how all that works and whatnot. But another thing I would like to do, that's why I got this sitting up here, is this piece just kind of flops in the breeze. There's no way to attach it. I don't know why it's like that or how it came that way, but I was thinking about taking, I know this goes there, it goes up under here, right? But there's nothing there. So what I was thinking about doing was taking this piece, setting over top, screwing that directly in, bend this down, screw it directly into here. You know, it'll look kind of weird on the ends, but who cares? It's a powder coat oven. So I thought about that just give a little structure. This hurts nothing, but I would like for it to be a little sturdier. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get some content for my TikTok, which I've been trying to post more there as well, kind of the behind the scenes stuff. So I'll throw that up here on the screen, but I think I'm going to call it a night. It's like 11:30, something like that now. So I'm going to call it out here, and I will catch y'all in the morning. Alrighty, guys, so we got all the wiring taped up on the back. We need to put all the little covers and stuff on, but we got all the plugs that we're not going to use taped up. We have both elements in and the thermocouple. We got the door stuffed with insulation, and now he's cutting a piece out of that metal that we pulled out of here to put over our insulation. And we got all these little screws that we pulled out of here. So we'll pre-drill those, and then we'll shoot these in there, because these are nice and nice and short, so these should be just fine. Yeah, I think that's all we got left is put the covers on the back, put this in here, and we should be good to wire a plug onto this thing and plug it in and see if it blows up or if it actually works. Alright guys, so there we have it. Now I would like to take just some black paint or something and cover up that insulation there just sometime or another, but we got it on the inside here all done up. So there we have it. Got that done, and we took the weather stripping or the seal here and screwed it in too, so it's there, and that should help us you know, right there where there's not a seal. So that gets us pretty good. Now I will say we were looking at possibly getting a base for this thing. I think I mentioned that, but that'll help it, because when you open the door, it pulls that corner up off the ground. And like I showed you last night, with the door open, it tilts over real easy. So I think we was looking at getting a base for it and then screwing it down on that flange down there to the base. So that should help us out. We had looked at putting another piece of angle here, but like I was saying, what we was kind of concerned about is it pushing the hinges out and then it not compressing the seal when you shut the door. You could put them over the seal, or over the hinges, but if you put them over the hinges, that limits your travel on the door. So I think we're just going to leave it like this for the time being, but I got to put these covers on the back, and then well, like I said, I guess we'll plug the thing up and see if it makes smoke or if it actually works. We will have to steal the plug off the other oven, which kind of sucks, or we might run to Conway and see if we can get one today. That way we have just one on each. So what we were wanting to do is keep this one for doing smaller stuff, and then obviously this one for doing taller objects. So we might run to Conway, see if we can pick up a plug that'll work with our 220 over there, and then like I said, plug the thing in and see what it does. Alrighty guys, so we got all the covers back on, and I took this little box off. So took the little box off, and we got our plug wired on here. So that's that. I need to cut this little copper piece off, but that's that. So I reckon now we need to move this oven, or we might get to that plug without moving it. Plug this thing up, turn the breaker on, and see what it does. Alright guys, so I'm in the truck. Camera is just about dead. But anyway, we hooked the oven up and turned it on. Everything seemed normal. Turned it on, and about 3 or 4 seconds it popped and smoke started rolling out of it. So we quickly went to looking everything over, and you know, everything. You can see it's 6:30. We're trying to get this done today and wrap this up, but we went to looking everything over. It's been about 3.5 hours or so. So I had the idea. I found another guy on YouTube, but unfortunately he didn't explain how he wired his very well. Looked through the comments, and he did say that he completely deleted everything in the top portion, wiring and everything. I don't guess he deleted it, he just didn't use it. And then he wired the top burner to the very bottom burner. So we was gonna do that, but I had an idea. Since we fried the controller for the top because it's electronic. We actually ordered a new one, but I had the idea, what if we unplugged everything on the top one and just tried the bottom? So that's what we're doing right now, waiting on the thing to warm up. We put one of our cup stands in there. We put it as high as we possibly can, because what we were concerned with is with the burner on the very bottom, with it being there, it might not heat up something if it's very high. So we put one of those cup stands, which is pretty thick metal, all the way as high as we could get it. And then if that doesn't come up to temp, we can move the thermocouple. So we put the thermocouple where the bottom broiler element was, that's where the hole was for it, and we just put it back there. But if the top of the oven doesn't come up to temp, what we can do is we can take that thermocouple and just move it up to the top. So anyway, thought I would explain that real quick and let the camera charge them. So we're gonna see how long it takes this thing to come up to temp. That was one concern, was one element not being able to heat up the entire thing, since it is a lot more volume. So we're gonna see how long it takes to come up to temp, and then if our cup stand at the very, very top does come up to temp or not. So we'll, I guess we'll see, and I'll give y'all an update, hopefully here before very long. Alrighty guys, so it's been about 10 minutes, maybe 15. I know the little oven over there takes about 15 minutes to get up semi-close to 400. So pull my little pin here, and I got my little IR thermometer that I'm going to shoot this part and see what we're looking like. So it is hot. I mean, it's heating. It is warm, yes, can concur, and I think I can shoot it right through that little gap. Yeah, so, ooh, about 325, yeah, something like that. Yeah, somewhere around 325. So I would say that's pretty good for like I said, about the same time that it takes for the other oven to get up to 400. Like I said, it does take that other one 15 minutes to get up to 400. So I would say for again 10-15 minutes for it to get that part to 320s. I seen at one spot it showed to be around 4 or something, but that might have been the oven rack. It's not a very thick piece, so that I would say would probably heat up a lot quicker. But them cup stands, this is what I got in here. So these are pretty thick. So I think we're good. So I think that's a success, and I need to go ahead and cancel my order for the control board. And like I said, we done took the top of this thing off, and we're looking all up in here, and the fan works. But this is what we were thinking we were gonna have to replace. So I think we're good. I think we're golden. So I'm gonna see what this does. Give it about another 5-10 minutes, and I'll shoot that part again and see what it does. And well, hopefully we will end out this video on a good note today. Also, I figured I would mention, if y'all didn't notice, we got this cart that way you strap this thing to keep it from falling over, and this is on casters, so we can roll around and move it around and everything. So I thought I'd mention that. That'll make life a bit easier, and we also want to make a little cart for the sandblaster there eventually. I I like putting things on casters. That way it makes it easier, especially if it's just one person to move. And you ain't got to worry about dollies and stuff falling over and everything else. So just thought I'd kind of show that. And this keeps it from falling over and kind of steadies it up a bit. And also those pieces over there that go on the back that cover the wiring also steady this thing up a good bit. So it's pretty good sitting on here. Alrighty guys, so we give it about another 5-10 minutes since when I last filmed, and our piece here got up to a minute ago. It was up to about 360. Door's been open for probably 5 minutes, and the oven cut off, and we're still at 275. So I'd say we're good. And over here, I mean, all these they're not hot by any means. They're not cold, but they're not hot. This is actually cooler than this is. So I would say we're pretty good over here. Over there, it's around where the hinges are pretty hot. But I mean, you can't pull tension because of the hinges. So I think we're good. I don't think we're gonna have to move our thermocouple. You can see there, that is where the placement is on the thermocouple. That's where the original holes were on the back, so we just drilled a hole through it, mounted it, and we're good there. We put our light back in just so it's not an open hole, and I think we're good. So just to kind of reiterate, this is not hooked up at all. It's just kind of there. We plugged it in, turned this on broil, and turned that on 400, and it smoked the control panel, the digital panel. So we're just gonna run this thing just like so. And again, if we find that it takes too long to heat up, what we can do is we can come back here, splice into these wires, bring them up, hook it up to this element, and I think we should be fine. And then both will be controlled off of that side over there, because they'll be wired together. So we should be good. Everything seems to be good. Thing hadn't blown up yet. It hadn't caught on fire. Seems to hold heat pretty well. With the door shut, sitting right here, I mean, I didn't feel any heat coming off of it. You can smell it, but you can't. I couldn't feel any heat coming off the thing. So I think, like I said, I think we're good. So I'm gonna go ahead, cut the breaker off, and well, guys, I guess that's gonna be a wrap for this video. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed today's video or found it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope everybody has a great day. I'm gonna step back here, show you all the oven and all of its glory. And like I said, I reckon that'll be a wrap for today. So we close up the door here. One thing, it's kind of annoying, this hits. This piece hits this piece. So I kind of pull it around, push on it a little bit, just like so. And one last look, real quick. There she is. So, like I said, guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I will catch y'all on the next one.